guys, here is one of my favorite warm-up routines that you can do. It's nice and gentle and relaxing. Let's go ahead and get started. You're going to grab 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use pillows. Putting one pillow, you want to put the block or your pillow basically in the upper back area, so kind of bra line for ladies, or just like higher up in the middle of the back. And then you'll have one for under your head. So you can adjust the heights depending on the tightness in your neck. You're going to come back and just make sure that that block is in a good spot. You can move it around a little bit. This block, I can have it lower. I'm just going to put it up a little bit higher. It's a little bit easier if your head is higher up. If your head is lying back further, it's a little bit more of a stretch. And then you can take the soles of your feet together, open your knees out wide. This one also is adjustable, so if your feet are closer in towards your pelvis, it's more of a stretch. And if that's feeling too much, you just take your legs further forward away from you. And if that still feels like a lot, you can just take your legs straight out in front of you. So finding a spot that feels good here. Arms can be by your sides, they can be on your belly, they can be anywhere that feels nice. And then you just settle into this. So ideally you want to be comfortable. You don't want to feel like too intense. You don't want to feel like you're tightening up because it's too much. So whatever you are, just make sure to make yourself comfortable. If you're feeling uncomfortable, move, adjust, and then go from there. So as we relax here, this is a great time to just start to breathe and notice how you're breathing. So I always talk about this rib cage breath. So sometimes I like to have you put your hands around the ribs, thumbs in the back, and your forefingers in the front. And then you just breathe and feel the expansion of the rib cage. So take a few deep breaths here. Inhale, the fingers expand out. Exhale, they feel it fall. And so you feel this expansion of the ribs and the belly. They move kind of together. So you don't want to squeeze the belly in and only let the ribs move. And you also don't want to just puff the belly out without the ribs moving. So try to make them rise together. Do a couple more. Two more. Try to lengthen each breath. A little longer inhale and an even longer exhale. Good. From there, let's inhale. Take your arms, reach them out up and over your head, and then it's nice to just kind of grab onto the opposite elbows and then lift and lower the arms up and down a few times. You can swing them a little side to side. And then you can draw your knees together, bringing the knees in, keeping your feet flat on the floor. Take your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers, and then use your arms to pull your chin to your chest. So you're going to exhale and you're going to curl in. So you're not using it's not an ab sit up. You're using your arms to just kind of stretch the back of the neck. And then inhale, elbows out, open wide. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, arms out, open wide. One more, exhale, curl up and in. And maybe you stay there, and then you can do this little twist, left and right. Twist, 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 side to side, left, right, left, right, left, right. Just getting a little extra movement in the upper thoracic spine. Then you can release, you can stretch your legs forward, arms up over your head. A nice big full body stretch, reach, fingers, toes, stretch all the way out. Good, and then bring your arms down by your sides, bend your knees up. You can prop up onto your elbows, take the block out that's under your middle back, maybe set it to the side. You can keep the other block under your head, just depends on if it feels comfortable for you, but it can feel quite nice to put a block under your head, or a pillow if you have it. Feet as wide as your mat, arms out wide, and then you're just going to rock your legs, left, right, left, right, left, right. Side to side, side to side. So keeping your feet wide and then moving kind of the lower half of the body. So try not to move your upper body too much. Kind of keep your upper body still. And then you're going to roll your legs down and over to the left side, and then the left foot comes up on top of the right knee. And then you're going to use that left foot like a weight and kind of like pull down onto the top of the right leg. Arms can be out to the sides. You can pause here. You can roll your head a little side to side. Take a few deep breaths. And now we're stretching into the right side of the body. So you can also think about taking deep breaths, breathing into the right side of your rib cage. So you can kind of close your eyes and direct your breath into that right side rib cage area. Hold here. Maybe one more breath. Good. Release that top foot, come back to the center, roll your legs down and over to the other side. Right foot comes up on top of the left knee, and then you pull down and across. And again, try to keep your shoulders on the floor so that you're not like lifting too much in the upper part of the body. And then arms out wide. And so if you can't keep your shoulder down on the floor, maybe you don't roll your legs down so far. You might even be here with your shoulders on the ground is better. And then breathe. This time you're directing the breath into that left side rib cage. One more breath. Good. Release that top foot and then come back to the center. From here, you can remove the block if you need to or keep it there, up to you. You're going to press down into your heels, so your heels are closer back towards your bum. Not too close. You want the heels to just be kind of under your knees or around there. It doesn't have to be exact. Arms down by your sides. Pressing down through the heels, you're going to lift. You're going to do this tilt. So you're going to lift your tailbone off the ground first, and then your lower back, the middle back, upper back, and then coming into a straight line from like your knee to your shoulder. And then coming down, you're going to lower the top of the back of the ribs first, your middle back, lower back, and then your tailbone is the very last thing that comes down. So like a pearl necklace, one beat at a time. Press the heels, you lift pelvis, lower back, middle back, upper back, back of the ribs, squeeze up, and then curl it, roll it back and down. So depending on your neck, it might be uncomfortable with the block, which is why remove it if it is feeling uncomfortable. Do one more, press the heels, pelvis, so it's a nice slow movement. You're trying not to hold your breath, and you're just trying to ripple nicely through the spine, squeeze the hips up, and then roll it, curl it back and down, all the way towards the floor. Good, and then when you come all the way down, pause there for a moment. Let's just pull the knees into the chest. Give them a nice squeeze, and then do a few circles, drawing circles in the air with the knees. Circle around one direction, and then circle and roll the knees around the other way. Good. Take your feet down to the floor. Let's cross the right ankle over the left knee, and then just jiggle that leg back and forth a few times. Here, try to keep your pelvis flat on the floor so that it's not moving around, but it's just this leg, your thigh bone, in relation to your hip that is moving. And then you can add more to it by pulling your other knee in, wrapping your arms around and one in between, and grab under the knee, over the knee, or just one hand there. You can take one hand and push the other knee away from you. You can really just play around with this quite a bit. You can do a little rocking side to side, as long as you can stay without curling over to your side too much. And then just moving around here. Nice slow deep breaths. Good, and then release the leg. Let's just switch sides. So bring the right foot down, left leg over. Jiggle back and forth first, and just kind of feel again, just making sure that the pelvis is staying flat onto the floor and it's not twisting. And then you can take the other leg in, hug it into the chest, press the knee away. Again, you can rock a little side to side, side to side. in this longer if it feels good. One side might always feel a little bit tighter than the other side. For me, this side's feeling a little bit tighter. Sometimes if it feels better to pull the knee in rather than pushing the knee away. So you can kind of play with those too and just play around with it and find something that works for you. Good. And that's about it. This is just a nice few poses that you can do just to kind of move the body, get kind of all the parts moving and feel a little bit more relaxed and calm. And maybe 10-15 minutes. So maybe you don't have a whole hour or more to devote to some movement. Just break it down into small little things, and it's also nice, calm, and relaxing as you focus on your breath and think about that 360-degree ribcage breathing. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this and have a great time. Let me know if you have any questions about any of the movements. Bye.